Hello friends, we're back for, I think it's episode / stream number 3, whatever you want to label it as. We have been getting copyright strikes in these videos, but as far as I can tell, well, I'm not monetized, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference. We're going to try and do 2 races this episode and then 2 more, and that'll be the sort of finale of this season of the championship. Aims this season, continue on our form and maybe try and push towards finishing in the top half of the field. I think if we get a race where conditions and pit stops and events unfold the way we'd like them to, we could quite possibly squeeze a top 10 finish. But financially, we're not in a good way. We're really not in a good way. So we're gonna have to look at that closely and see if there's maybe some jostling we can do at some point to see if there's anything at all we can do that's going to leave us in a better stead of finishing on a financial surplus. I don't know if there's maybe a feature where you can ask for more money and up your goals, etc. That might honestly be something we have to do here. So time will tell, but we're at technically a home race. Let's see if we can pull a big result out of the bag here. Again, we're going to continue our sort of momentum. It's not momentum, sorry. We're going to continue our sort of methodology of the practice / qualifying, whatever you want to label this as. We're basically sending the lads out, and what we're doing is doing, like, we're not exactly smashing a huge amount of laps, but what we are doing is testing the water. Sometimes literally with the the weather, but we're going to test the water and see what we can do in terms of optimum setup. We've done pretty well so far, and it's one of the few things I think I've grasped pretty quickly in this game, and I think we're going to stick to sauce. We're going to take practice ourselves and see if we can do this. So we're going to send out, on you go, and send out, on you go. Okay, so we're literally going to send them out immediately, straight away, back in, get some feedback in the setup. That's the plan here. Hot chocolate is finished. We're feeling good to go. I also laugh. I can't stop or get out of the habit of doing this and looking at the stream chat, even though there is no stream chat. So you can only laugh at yourself. So we're going to come straight back in here. We're going to get some feedback on setup, and then we're immediately just going to send them back out. It's been working well for us. We've already got an excellent, which is fan-dabby dozy. We're at 93% off the get-go. I'm sorry, but I can't ask for much more than that. We're going to do some gentle toying around. We'll try that. I'm literally going to send them back out on that. That'll do me. We're going to probably put him in a more aggressive drive. Somehow he's very poor. Or she, sorry. Dembele is actually a female. All of them pretty bad. So we're going to go more sort of, I think we'll go a bit more middle of the field, see how that goes. Put you maybe more there, and then you there. Let's try that. Unfortunate because Willie Robertson's setup's pretty bang on. I might give him a lap here on this actually, or maybe a lap or 2, and I think we'll do that. Let's let him push here. Be nice to actually set a decent time for a change. So he's on his out lap. Here we're going to bring you in immediately. That's our man Willie we're watching here. He's coming round. We're getting that race trim knowledge, but that's actually on Dembele. Dembele actually seems to be pretty slick on the old timings. We'll see if we can finish higher than like 18th, which I think is normally. We're 15th just now, but there's very much time still being set. I'm happy enough with that. Right, Dembele is back in. Let's see if this is better. I assume it is because that was a pretty poor initial setup. 82 is much better. We're still poor. We're okay, so we need to be more towards the middle here, I think. So suspension's not bad. We probably want to be more like there. We'll do some slight adjustments here, maybe that way, and then try that. You're going to finish this lap, and we'll probably bring you in beyond that. The handling is spot on. Good feedback. Really quite delighted with that. We'll bring you in now. We're going to try and save the engine, the fuel. And then the tyres we're not going to change, so we can just do that just now. Bring you in. We might jostle and try and go for like a top tier sort of setup. We'll see how that gets on. But pretty happy with how things have went so far. 2 excellents. I think our best ever percent is 96. There we go, we're matching it again. So I think we just need to slightly toy with the bottom one. If we try that, nothing's really changed too much there. Let's just keep you on the same tyres, push it out. Like here, you're doing a lap. Did we bring you in? What's more important? Probably set up. We're bringing in anyway. Want the feedback. I think Robertson's out till the end now. How was that? That must have been better. It was hard to do worse than 83%. Okay. So we're now excellent there. Great is left there. And that's right. So we're going left in the centre, right at the top. So right at the top, that's what we're doing. And left at the centre. So right at the top. Maybe there. Right at the top, left at the centre. And then we're keeping the bottom the same ideally. If we do that and then we do that. That might have to do here. I think that's you until the end, that's you until the end, so let's just do this now. And then the same here. We'll just run this until the end of the session. We've kind of got the setups we're gonna be dealing with here, I think. So again, let's just do this. Let's see what we're dealing with. We're 16th, which is slightly better than how we'd normally finish, so I'll take it. I'll take it. We've got 2 level 2 setups. We might be able to sneak into level 3 here, we'll see. Setup knowledge, that is. The aero is feeling so much nicer, that's good. A new personal best in Sector 1 for Dembele, so we might be on for a decent lap there, we'll see. Good feedback from Robertson. Bang on. I wonder if we're going to have 2 really well set up cars here. Level 3 for Dembele, looks like we might sneak into the level 3 for Robertson, which is good news. Or not, we'll come in just below it. Right, again, 14th and 17th. Actually good for us, believe it or not. It's possibly our highest sort of standing we've had. Right, okay. So, I do like auto picking, but soft tyres, race trim, they're both very good here. Again, I feel like I can't ever say no to that. Do you want performance or race trim? Let's go race trim. Car setup. Now this might not be straightforward because we've got a few different sort of 91% we've got here. Very happy with that. Right, fuel options. How many laps is this race? 34. So we're gonna have to make at least two pit stops, which is a little bit poo. 15 to 17. Yeah, we're probably going to be 3 super softs and sort of driving at home. 94, 96%. There we go. Tire choice. We're going the same. Fuel fill. Right. Driver strategy, we're going to be pushing, engine, high. I don't think we'll go off that. We've got the reverse grid. Let's see if we can... Honestly, I've got grand ambitions. I want to try and grab some momentum towards the end of this season and game, and then sort of run with it through the off-season period and go into next year with like some real momentum about the team. The plan here is basically put speed up and then sit for 2 laps before we make any decisions. So we're not going to do too much here. Dembele was doing okay. Robertson, again, you can't get too excited until you've done a couple of laps and the lay of the land's a bit more apparent to you. That's what I've found anyway. Robertson is, as always, sort of fallen back. I think a lot of people drive a lot more aggressively. I'm actually wondering if we should just whack this up whilst we can. Fuel has not been an issue for us. It's pretty much coincided with our pits. So looking at the laps, it's 34 laps. We're wanting to get 11 to 12 laps out of our stints. So here we've done 4 laps, we've used 20%. So we're talking about roughly 5% a lap. So we should be fine for that. We might need to start saving slightly later on in the race, but time will tell with that. Again, I think we're pushing till probably 8 or 9, lap 8 or 9, then we'll see how we're getting on. Tyre temperatures are actually pretty good here. We're drifting back. Our sponsor objective has been toyed with, as you can see. But we're coming around reasonably well. No one's pitting. Tyre degradation is pretty much on a par with the rest of the field. There is a bit of a split between folk on soft and super soft, so we'll see how that plays out. Oh, Santa Ana's crashed. To be pit now, the safety car is out. 8 laps. Decisions need to be made. I wonder if we pit Dembele and leave. It could be a play. This could be a play. Maybe we do this. This could be fine. We're going to pit one of them. Leave Robertson out. That's the plan. I think there's going to be quite a few pitting, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, there's a few pitting. So we've left Robertson out. He's going to straight shoot it. We're going to reduce his tyre wear and his fuel and see if we can drag a really long stint here out of Robertson. We've got 3.25 laps. If we reduce the fuel usage, we might be able to get 3 full laps here. We might just do that just now. Then Belly's 14th and he's on fresh tyres. He's also going to be pushing. So we're going to high and then let's go attack. This should be okay. So Robertson's still 7th, holding on. We probably should have went saving on both of them. Because a safety car, there's not going to be loads of overtaking or anything, is there? It's fine, we're looking for Robertson to drag these out here and then Dembele. We're on 2 different race strategies now. Trying to hang in here. So Robertson's 15th, 16th, but he's on older tyres, which is fine. We are flirting with that objective there. The good thing is Santa Ana, our main competitor, they're going to get no points for him this race. Evans, we've pretty consistently beaten him. I think he's only maybe beaten us once this season. So I think we're possibly going to sort of secure, really cement our challenge for 9th. I'm just looking at fuel here. I don't think we're going to get another lap. We've managed 12, so this has been the longest stint, I think, here. And then what we're wanting to do is do probably 12 again. We're fine for parts. Let's just do this. You come in here. You're doing fine. You'll come in 10 laps time. Hopefully tyres are worn at a similar pace. This could be good here. This could be good. Robertson's in. He's pretty much bang on schedule. He's actually went a lap longer than we needed, which is good. So hopefully that doesn't end up too badly. Yeah, Robertson's going to be well off the pace. Dembele's kind of... It's nice, we're running 2 strategies, so we've got 2 different investments and actually doing well here. You can see there we've obviously pitted, we're on fresh tyres. Evans is... There's no way Evans can go to the end, he's going to run out of fuel. Unless our fuel, sort of our general fuel usage is that bad, which is a possibility. But Dembele will be coming in about 8 laps time, that is literally the plan here. We're not in last place, which is very exciting. There's 3 pitting in front of Dembele, so he's just moved up a decent whack. And he's going to go slightly longer here. So roughly at lap 22, 23, we want to bring Dembele into the pits. So for that reason, I think we might reduce that to push. 5 more laps. Yeah, we might need to do a bit of that just now and just conserve a little bit. Really fast time coming in here, that's nice to see. And then here we're kind of saving. We're saving a little bit. So Dembele's currently leading. I would argue that Dembele's our sort of banker driver and Robertson's our star of the future. So it's kind of weird being invested in our B driver, or technically B driver anyway. Dembele's going through these tyres a bit more here. I'm going to trust the process and leave it on 36%. On the 36%, I'm going to leave it on just the neutral middle of the road. I'm not going to change too much here. That's the plan anyway. There's 14 laps remaining. Right, we need to squeeze your 10th. We need to squeeze 2 more laps out to leave you in an ideal position. So let's just conserve the rest of this lap. We're 10th somehow, which is excellent. We're pushing here. You're low on fuel. You're going to have to come in just now, aren't you? Let's just do this. Right, you're coming in. You've got 12 laps to do. We just need to drag this one out. So we're 11.75 park condition. That's free. We'll just take that. Or should we be doing... Probably suspension. There we go. Right, Robertson, you're doing fine. So we're going to get a better idea of where Dembele's going to lie when this pit stop sort of passes. But you see the pit lane is quite busy this lap. Or it was busy, rather. Robertson's still pushing 3.69 laps. I think we can start burning through these tyres a bit more. We're 17th now, but this is Dembele to the end. This is Dembele to the end. So we're going to drive neutrally, and we're not going to burn too much fuel just now. We can push towards the end if we need to. The stint for Robertson's, I mean, they're next to each other. Robertson, you're my boy, but we're going to have to let Dembele through here on a fresher set of tyres. And the strategies are very different at this point. So we're going to continue speed here until Robertson's flirting with a pit stop, which is approaching, and we're going to be on a very aggressive end for Robertson. So we'll be coming in probably at the end of this lap. We're going to have a little bit too much fuel, but that should be fine. So Robertson, you're coming into the pit. You're going to the most simple stop strategy we had here. We're going to have 9.63 park condition. I'm not going to risk it. We're going to just keep it safe. And that's Robertson then. That'll be both our cars to the end then. There's a few stops to happen that are just in front of us, which is good. Evans is the man we need to beat though. Again, I can't see him going to the end on the fuel he's on. So Robertson gets a clean pit stop. We should be good. Coming at the end here, you can absolutely hammer those tyres. And then you can continue hammering the tyres if we're honest. Mistake in the rear jack. Damn. Yeah, can hammer the tyres here to the end, I think. Not overly, but, you know, can do a bit of damage here. Here we're just going to drive quite conservatively until we are getting there. Will Evans has crashed. Both of their team has crashed. Does that mean a safety car? I wonder if any are maybe flirt with a pit stop. Like, we're well set up just to stay out now. So we've got one driver in 15th, which is nice just now. Both of our main competitors have crashed out, so this race is basically a given. So we'll see how this plays out. You're churning through those tyres, that should be fine. Got too much fuel, we'll swap around a little bit. Speed's going to go up, we're 15th and 17th. I'd like two drivers in the sort of top end finishes here, that would be honestly fantastic. Here we're doing okay in fuel, tyre wise, 63%. We'll maybe stay sort of semi-conservative here. You've still got extra fuel, but we're going to leave that pushing. See what happens here. Robertson is kind of falling off the pace, but Dembele's still not looking terribly. It's a question whether the cars in front of us have a decent reliability or if they are going to be struggling here. I think you can continue pushing at the end. Dembele, let's put that up one notch and see what we can do here. Although he's in the position we need him to be, and it's Robertson behind, so I think we've secured our sponsor objective, which is a nice bonus, I guess. Robertson has just dropped a place with Chu, which is not ideal. So I think for that we're going to go attack, see if we can push it there. Dembele, I don't think you're going to be caught here. There's too much at stake here. You're too far ahead of 17th. This isn't ideal, but it's going to be fine. Let's just secure this just now. Final lap's just started. We should be fine. I don't think Dembele's catching anyone unless perhaps Rogers needs to pit. But I can't see anyone pitting now, if I'm completely honest. We'll take the fuel off. And honestly the tyres. Let's just make sure we finish here. I think that's it. We've got our sponsor objective, so I'll take that. Reasonably okay racecraft here. We maybe could have taken advantage of the safety car both over, but we ran two different strategies there. I don't think that race was a disaster. We outlasted our biggest rival in terms of points in the championship. I'm taking the win that was there for us. That has genuinely probably just secured us 9th, because that'll open the gap. We'll see here how it plays out. Financially, obviously, we're still in a black hole, and making it to the end of the season might be one of the most challenging parts, shall we say. Right, so here again, 16th. Oh, the driver's been waiting to place after our. Oh. Oh, okay. Right. So yeah, 32-21. Our B driver's now catching that Evans, and then overall in the points we're now 15 ahead, which is probably securing us what we needed. I think if we didn't race the rest of the season, we'd obviously still be in a spot of doo-doo. But I think in terms of the overall racing position, this could be okay. Now, we really need some sponsorship money coming in here. You can see Robertson slowly improving all the time. That's what we're here for. This is where it's rough. Financially, we have one more race in us. One more race. So ideally, we have some sponsorship sort of waiver here, or yeah, falter. This is fine. Interview. I'll always do an interview. Is there any draw turn? Not a chance. He's far below our standards. There we go. Pit crew review. I'm okay with that. We have got a very tired pit crew here. Jeez. There's going to be issues here. We literally we can't afford to hire anyone. 11k per race. And there'll be a higher cost, right? 200k. Yeah, we literally can't afford that. We're going to have to run by a dodgy pit crew. That's where we're at, guys. That is where we are at. Sponsors. Okay, this is what we needed. We need someone with cash up front. 500k up front. That'll buy us. So 6 races. 100k a race or 200k a race for 10 races. I think we need the money up front to survive here. That's just bought us another race. That's something. And then sponsors. Do we have anyone running out? Oh, there we go. Might get some money there. We might get lucky. Okay, we need to kind of... We need to ride the waves here. We're going to be... Oh, we're going to be scraping the budget till the end of the season, put it that way. Which I suppose is how you want to operate in terms of a business, don't you? You don't want to be sitting ending a season with a whole load of cash in the bank. I think next year we're going to invest. I don't think we'll build 2 new engines. I think we'll just stick with the engines we've got and really graft out making them more reliable straight away. As in, we might not do any improvements, we might just get them reliable. Because if it stops you, you know, or again, we're very secure. I could maybe ask for more money just to secure it. Here we go. Okay, reporting the coming race. 10% chance of rain. Acceleration, right, car feedback. One of the worst cars in the championship. But you don't need to remind me of them, Valley. I know our car's not great, but I'm doing my bestest. Next year it'll be better. Robertson, I've found God. He's found religion. +1 focus, +10 morale. Okay. Willie Robertson has found God. Pre-race gossip. 16th or above. We're not changing any parts, I don't think. Again, I think our car genuinely just kind of sucks, which is why our drivers are kind of upsetty. But we're off to Portugal. Not much to be upset about that. Again, I don't know if it's the meta, I don't know what the chat is with it, but my current model of trying to get a decent car set up is certainly working for me. I know our sort of racecraft in the day isn't always the best. And sorry, our is it knowledge? I don't think we've had a level 4 knowledge thing, but we've had a couple of level 3s, so I'm happy with that. Car setup, let's have a look here. Here we go, we're at the bottom there. Bottom there. Let's try that. I'm pretty sure this track was going to favour acceleration, so that has probably been the right decision we're going with there. And then here, honestly, saying we want acceleration more than anything else. Try that. We're going to stick to the sauce. Take practice ourselves, and again, we're going to sort of speed run this. We have our model of what we're trying to do now. We're not going to change it. Bring them straight in, get the feedback, and then adjust the cars accordingly. I would think our acceleration. I mean, with the readout we got off the track and what this track is, with favoured acceleration due to the amount of corners, so you would assume. I don't think we have got excellent or even remotely close. Right, 88% is a very good start. Our speed balance is actually great, so we're not miles off it. Let's go that way a little bit. We'll go that way. We'll try that. Won't change that. I'm going to try that and see how that goes. Dembele, how was your setup? 80%. Those aren't bad starting numbers. I'm fairly content with that. Again, I'm kind of surprised that the acceleration's so bad here, considering the feedback we got on the track. Try that. There we go. Out you go, gang. Again, we're going to pull them straight, but I might not. I might give Robertson a lap. We'll bring Dembele back in. Robertson can get a lap in here, and on that note, we'll do that. You're going to be sent out, and hopefully this is better. 95%. We'll do little toys with this, but I think I'm okay with it. If we do that and then try that. I think that's Dembele till the end here. You're going to get a lap and then we're going to pit you. Robertson's coming round. Shazam, we're going to do that, and bring in. You're going to be pushing now a little bit. Get a lap to our names. See how this goes. Robertson's in. We've got 2 excellents and a great. I'd love to get a 100% car setup. We've got 98%. I'm over the moon with that. I think we need to push the speed setup just slightly to the right, I think. It's so hard to do. Let's try that. That's you then now, buddy. You're getting a lap, then we're pulling you in. And then Robertson's just going to be pushing to the end of the session now. Probably not on the out lap here. Robertson's got a really good time here, actually. It's on the out lap. Let's do this. Bam, bam. You're coming in, Dembele. I just want to make sure your setup is as good as we can have it. Looks better. 91's our middle setup was better. You know what? I'm going to take 95%. Just go out, push the... Put the foot to the floor and enjoy yourself. On you go. That's us to the end. Pretty efficient setup this time. Robertson's the one we're watching, we're getting excited about. The handling is spot on good. We're sitting 11th just now in time. Things are probably going to change, but that's okay. That is honestly okay. Both our cars are pushing, we've got a nice setup. I'm feeling quietly confident here. We'll see what Dembele produces in terms of positioning. 14th and 11th. Oh my. This is interesting. That's our highest. I know it's technically not qualifying, it's practice or whatever they want to call it, but that's one of our... Oh, we somehow went to 12. But that's one of our best showings we've had. I'll take it. Okay. So to Portugal. Right. What have we got here? We're going with the 2 of those soft tyres. Then here we're going to go... Let's go for those 2. Right, setup here, we're going to go for the final setup, tyre choice. There's no rain forecast in the future, 39 laps, that is a fair whack. I wonder if we go for do we put Dembele? Do we put Dembele on a longer one? Oh, we can't one pit, can we? It's going to have to be... I wonder if we stagger it slightly. Yeah, let's do this. We've not really got much to lose at this point in the season, really. Slightly faster here. And you go on this one, right. Right, attack, overtake, overtake, attack. Right, we're going all out from the start. We're going to push for 3 laps again. 3 laps, I'm going to press 12 times speed. We're going to let it play out before we change anything. Santa Ana and Evans are both back, obviously. We're going to lap 3 and then we'll make a decision. We probably will drop a few places, especially with Dembele being on a slightly slower tyre. But I'm expecting Robertson to do better than he normally does. Yeah, we're looking alright. So Robertson's kind of... No, I wouldn't say he's in the mix, but he's 6th. Obviously fighting and falling back a little touch, but that's fine. That's lap 3, so we're going to back off on the tyres just now. We've got them up to temperature, and then we're going to slow down on the fuel. You're going to go to push, and you're going to drop the fuel amount. So Dembele's our longer runner. Robertson's a bit more in the trenches in the front line, if that makes sense. We just need a bit of a gap in terms of fuel to open up. That's the plan anyway. So we're going to slow this down now. Robertson's sitting not too bad. I think we need to save these... Oh yeah, tyres. We've kind of mismanaged this criminally. Criminally we've mismanaged the tyre situation here. Here not so bad. We'll go neutral and we'll conserve there now. And then here honestly I think we need to conserve our tyres. We've made a little bit of a boo-boo here, I won't lie. We could have done a lot better there. I was not paying attention, I got too excited. I'm actually thinking we need to back up the field. Like our tyres are that bad, we're at 34%. Oh my god, we've absolutely burnt through our tyres. I mean, it's definitely put our drivers on 2 different strategies, so I suppose we've got that goal for us. But we're wasting fuel here. We're really wasting fuel. And time, because we're carrying too much fuel. Robertson is literally dragging out these tyres as the tyres as much as they can to sort of match the fuel consumption, but it ain't looking pretty. I think you could actually smash the overtake here. And honestly, same with you. We might as well get these fuel used, try and make the car lighter. You're unfortunately both on almost the exact same lap. One of your tyres isn't going to survive it though. So Robertson's going to come in at the end of this lap. We've managed 11. Oh dear. But we were also attacking like an absolute maniac. So I think if we can go for 12 laps here, we're fine for condition. That's fine, we'll do that. There we go. And you're pushing. You can come in next lap. But yeah, it's fine. So Robertson, we've kind of shot the bed with him if we're honest. Let's just go neutral here. In the pit. Hopefully we get away with no mistakes. It doesn't look terrible, so that's something. Here we're blowing through fuel. So we're going to keep wearing these tyres if we can. You're in 17th, you're coming round quite a few pits this lap actually. I think we'll push one more lap and then we'll come in. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. Let's just wait, we'll be patient here and we'll see what the crack is. Here we're going to go down to high. Actually we need a good stint from Robertson here, so I'm going to go neutral middle of the field and just keep the head down. Then Belly's definitely coming in here, we'll just make the pit call towards the end. You could probably burn through these tyres actually. Then Belly's in a weird sort of middle ground between those that have pitted and those that have not. So maybe not looking too pretty. We'll wait and see. I'm getting too excited and getting lost in the fact that the Belly needs to pit here. So coming in. Right, you got 14 laps out of those. So I'm thinking we've gone to these and we try and drag them out a bit, right? That's probably what we want to do. And then on those you're going to get, what, 12 laps roughly? We'll take a tiny bit of extra fuel. We'll fix that. There we go. Right. There we go. We'll get speed up. We're not doing anything until our man Robertson's coming into pit. There we go. That's fine. So Robertson, we really... I mean, I don't really want to instruct to go through because it doesn't really make sense here. We're going for racecraft here. We're going to try and rely on our overall strategy. We've came out in the field's a little bit more balanced now, I would say. It's pretty much the normal setup with Santana and Evans, and we're sort of close together. Tyres overheated here, are they? Oh yeah, you are pushing hard. Let's reduce the fuel. Got a nice split between them just now. We're on the same tyre as well, so let's just do that. We're on almost the exact same tyre, where that's not ideal. You're going to conserve for a bit, and I think it will be Robertson coming in first. I think the tyres are going to wear faster than the fuel, so let's just save these for a bit. And I think you're going to like drag these tyres out. Ironic considering we actually stopped here and brought different tyres in. The different tyre situation's obviously going to challenge a bit. So I'm not sure how that's going to fully play out. And we're not even on the verge of the sponsor's objective here, which is again going to kind of scunner us a little bit if I'm completely honest. So we're going to have to push here. Oh no, that's our first ever crash. That's the first crash we've had. It was the Great Young Hope. Is he out now? I've not experienced this. Sitting. I just mean his car's wrecked, so there's going to be a bigger repair then. Right, okay, I understand. Okay, so we've got all hopes pinned on Dembele here. So I guess we're going to push these tyres. We're going to be in at the end of this lap, so we might as well burn through these tyres. And then can we go to the end now? Probably can. I'm tempted to put the harder tyre on and sort of push. So Dembele is coming in at the end of this lap. I will prepare the pit stop just as we're coming round towards the home straight. You're low in fuel, that's fine. We're going to keep hammering it until we actually come in. And we're going to pit now. Okay, so fuel. 13 laps remaining after the pit stop. We will take a little bit extra fuel. Car wise, we're not doing terribly. Tyres. Do we drag it? We probably should just do that and drag them, right? That should be fine. We have nothing to lose here. Let's go fast. See what happens. There's probably going to be a mistake, but you know, we're risking it to try and make up anything we can here. So they don't immediately start fixing the car. There's a mistake in the tyre. We knew that was a possibility with what we were doing. That's fine. I think our glorious double DNF for our competitors there might not be that much to get excited about here. We need to go to the end here, so we're not going to push straight away. We're going to sit back. We're beating Evans, but Santana's our target man. He is going to have to pit again, though. Probably not going to cost him 50 seconds, though. So I think what we're going to do is do a really big push here on our right lap. Then we'll reassess once we cross the finish line in terms of our wear. So we're in 6% a lap. We are probably going to reduce that. 12 laps. We can probably burn fuel for a bit. I'll go high. Let's just leave that just now. Kind of does feel at this point like we're just trying to limp through until the end of this season, really, though, doesn't it? So again, there's quite a number of pits on like 8th to sort of 10th, 11th. I don't think we're going to make up 50, 60 seconds here, though. I think that's it's not really doable. Fuel wise, I think we'll stay in high. I'm going to trust the process here. I doubt we're going to be doing a full race here. I think they're probably not miles away from. No, they have lapped us. The leader has lapped us. That's exciting, isn't it? Right, we're sitting in 18th. Santa Ana's going to the end. I doubt we're going to get past, and then Evans is not miles behind, so they're going to claw back a few points here. Thankfully, Santana's just lost a place. Tyre wise, we're going to save our tyres just now. Actually, I'm not going to conserve. We'll go medium and medium now. We're just going to try and race to the end. Hopefully there's no crazy goings-ons, and we'll see what's what. I think technically we could go into debt after this race, which is really cool. The only advantage is we're going to have a sponsor sort of payment. I guess one of my questions is, what happens if you go in debt in this game? Never experienced it. Are we in big trouble if we sort of don't balance the books? I think we're going to lose standing with our chairman who I think we're at pretty much full capacity just now, so that's something. But yeah, I imagine it's going to have long-term repercussions. We are defending 8th here. We're fine. We're not going to catch for 17th unless there's a last-minute crash, and our tyres aren't looking too hot. It's the final lap, so nothing really matters. It's not going to change much. Let's just push all out. Worn tyres, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You're just going to hammer it now. I don't think anything's going to change. Low fuel, that's fine. You're not having to finish the race, don't worry about it. We've only been lapped by 3 or 4 drivers this time. That's nothing compared to previous races. It's not too much to worry about. And we're coming in. We're taking 18th. We've beaten Evans, so that's something, I guess. Santana was a little bit too good here. Wow, 2 very uneventful races, bar Robertson crashing out here. But that is that's us again. We're kind of limping through to the end of this season. There's not going to be much to look at here. It's just going to be a case of closing it out. We've got no rule breaks going on. We're running a very generic setup in car. 50. We've got 13 points. So as long as we beat them in one more race, I think it's mathematically incredibly improbable for them to beat us. Again, it'll be a nice little level up from Robertson here, bar the crash. Oh no, morale's went down because it was due to the crash. Ouch. Everything else just ticking up nicely. This is where it's rough. Our current balance, we are just over. We have 2 races left. I guess we might need to... Can we borrow money? Is that a thing? How do you do this? Finances? Request additional funds. Extra 1. That's going to buy us a race. He's going to be disappointed in us. I wonder if we just leave this. I guess at this point I'll open up the question to you guys. What do we do here financially? We're obviously absolutely circling the pan. Is there any get rich quick schemes to just balance the books? Please let me know. And I also think the car condition is going to be rough. 40 hours to fix it. Interview, we'll do a quick interview. So with Robertson's. Yeah, ask them to push. That one's on me. That's fine, right. We're passing. We're going to the next day. Car repairs are complete. That's something, I guess. The sponsorship lifeline. We need something with money up front. Like good. 300,000. Target position. We need to just take this. It's the only one with money up front. And that's what we need. We just need money in the bank just now. Still not enough to get us through even one more race. But, guys, we're going to finish here. I will. Oh, God, we're going to have to hire pit crew too. Oh, we're in such dire straits, aren't we? We're just hemorrhaging money. Right, I'll pause here. We'll have one more episode and then we'll finish out this sort of competitive season. And I'll be throwing the doors open to advice for what we do between this year and next year's car. If we can stay afloat with our 400 grand in the bank. Let me know, guys, and see you then.